So I couldn't figure out what the stink was that I was smelling when I got in the car, because I mean, I knew I was in a chicken coop, but I didn't really understand what the stink was. Well, I don't know what kind of animal poop that I stepped on, because I cleaned the rug. I actually threw out the little rug that was in my car because I thought it was that. But turns out my sneaker has about a half a pound of poop of some kind on it. And I have no idea what. It could be chicken, could be beef, could be pork, could be dog, I don't know. So welcome to another episode of Junkyards and Barn Finds with Sean, and I'm Sean. So we're at a place called Nick's Auto Parts, and it's in Bensalem, PA, which is in southeast Pennsylvania. And he graciously allowed us to come in. I have no idea what's here. They said there's some old stuff, so we'll find out together. I do not know. But it's a gorgeous morning, and it's not too hot. It's probably only about 80 degrees. And we're just gonna go through here. And we went in there to the office like you're supposed to, and we're just gonna walk through and see what they have. So looks like everything's really neat. I mean, honestly, look at how neat all this stuff is, because usually yards don't have stuff piled up, but they've got tons of grills, tons of stuff so far. We'll look around. There's no smoking, no children, no bare feet allowed. And I have no idea how big this yard is. They said watch for bees, so we'll watch for bees. There seems to be a lot of enter at your own risk signs. Nice 70 yard vehicle there. 19, what, 70, 68, 70, something like that. Oh, what do we got over here? What is that? Don't know what it is. It's next to a bunch of tons of fuel tanks. Doesn't say what it is, but it's got a modern seats in it, and it's got a modern steering column. Has no engine. Pretty cool. It's a good sign. There's a Monte Carlo. What's that, about 2002? Behind that, a couple old pickup trucks. Really cool old school bus. Is that a, what is that? Gremlin. Is that a Gremlin? Looks like a Gremlin. Yeah, it's a Gremlin right there. He's got all kinds of stuff. Bicycle frames, bumpers. Here's like a 70 panel truck, right? That's like a 68 or 70 Chevy panel truck full of engines. Bunch of rear ends. Smile, you were on camera. Oh, you got a Mustang 2 up on there. Them engine blocks. Let's see. Oh, not for parts, but you got a two-door, what is that, a 55 wagon back there? Couple motorcycles. Here's one of those old delivery bread trucks. What's that? Maintenance department for a school district. That's probably why it was painted yellow. Pretty neat, pretty neat. Well, big eclectic. It's got a eclectic collection of vehicles. That's my word for the day, eclectic. Somebody said it today and I had forgotten about that word. What's a pretty good word? Let's see what we got back there. Probably mostly 80s stuff. Sold. No parts, that truck. Any old stuff back here? What is it? Station wagon? Oh, okay, nope. Some of a Jeep back there. A lot more Jeeps up here in the Northeast, I've noticed. A lot more Jeeps in the junkyards. Don't know why. Well, probably because of the snow and stuff. There's a lot more Jeeps up here. Firewood. What's that? A 74, 75 third gen right there by the back lights. And that looks like a Z because of the fenders on there. Huh. Couple square bodies. Oh, look at that. It's a 55 panel van. No front end. Looks like a 55 or a 56 panel van. Huh. Like I said before, a lot of things that we people my age don't think of as old because they're, say, 2000 or 1980s or whatever, and yet they're old. There's a third generation Camaro with T-tops. There's what, a 78 Ford pickup, about 78 or 79. It's that third gen. Don't know. Looks like probably a 6-cylinder. Is that a Mustang? I'm not sure what that is. Here's a Monte Carlo SS. That's like what, a 98, something like that. And we got some old stuff in here. Not a ton of old stuff, but you know, enough to keep walking and checking stuff out. What do we got back there? Is that a Pinto wagon? Oh, no, nope. All right. A lot of 80s stuff. Late 80s. A lot of trucks. That's a big old, I think that one's a, I think that's a Ford like 9000 or something. Stuff's back along the fence line. A couple vans. You know, it's not a, this is a working yard. It's not a classic car yard per se like the other ones, but it's got some stuff. There's an old, what is that? Suburban, Chevy Suburban. A couple like 93 Ford, something about 93. Another Suburban. Another probably late 80s, like 86, 87 pickup truck, Ford. It's more pickup trucks. It's got a lot of pickup truck parts here. A lot of 80s and 90s. Well, we're just looking. A whole bunch of SUVs right there. That looks like an older, like 80s or 70s pickup truck right there, buried. And what's that right over there? I can't tell. It's all rusted. Oh, it's an old T-Bird. Here's another 70s or early 80s Ford. Let's see. Yeah, it's like a 79 to, same with these. A lot of the older, I want to say older pickup trucks, 80s, 90s. There's one from, oh, that's gotta be the 70s. AutoAccessoryStore.com. Don't know what happened to that. Here's a old Ford pickup truck with a plow on it. Oh, look at that. Was that T-Bird? Yeah. There's a T-Bird. Is that the 4-light T-Bird? Okay. Here's a 70s. Wow, it's a 70 Camaro right there. 70 Camaro. Can't tell how good a shape it's in. And then over there is that a Dodge? Looks like an old Dodge, all covered in vines. Next to a, what's this, 4th generation, like a 93 Camaro. Got stuff going back into the woods over here. Some kind of convertible. I can't tell what it is from here. But yeah, that's a 70 Camaro right there. I mean, it looks like it had a smack on the front. I don't think it's a... I don't think the engine's in it. But I'd like to clean it off and see what it actually is. And we got, let's see, back here. Something's buried right there. What is that? I can't even tell what this is, and I'm standing right next to it. But a lot of that stuff looks like 80s, 1980s stuff. I think there's a creek or something right there, which is why all the cars are pushed back towards it. Subarus. Good motor, no parts. Let's walk through here. Mostly 80s stuff. I don't see much stuff older than the 80s, but that's okay, because right now, if you think about it, the 80s was almost 40 years ago. So the fact that this yard has a lot of that is probably good. All right, moving up here. So it's been about 15 minutes. There we go. No parts. What's that? 62? 62 Belvedere or an Impala. And then you got all these old delivery trucks right here. Bread trucks. Looks like a whole bunch of bread trucks. Tender bread. What is this thing? This is pretty neat. What is this? This is I don't know what this is. It doesn't say. I don't know what it is. If you guys know what it is, let me know. So there's something out of the, that looks like a Capri right there, like one of those 74 Capris, something to that effect. This yard doesn't seem to have rhyme or reason where all the vehicles are, but I mean, they are neatly placed so you can get to them. Because you've got new Volvos there, and you've got older cars here. You got a really old stake body there with a lot of parts in it. That looks like one of them little Nashes over there. That's all Nash Convertible. Looks like a Nash Convertible to me. Here's the fender off of something from the 60s. Looks like a Ford. There's a door from probably the same car. Just a ton of tires. What is that? That's from a, what's it say? Impala. So that's an old Impala right there, like 67. Just the fender, not the whole car, obviously. I'll head back up. There's some more front fenders from 60s something. You can tell by like a lot of the chrome that goes around the wheel well of, you know, were they 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, because chrome went really out of style in the 80s and late 70s. So when you see a fender with chrome trim like that, It's typically 60s or 70s. Is this a Grand National? It looks like a Grand National. If it is, it's the first one. Is that a Buick Grand National or? Nope, it's a Monte Carlo. So it's a Monte Carlo SS actually, because you can see where the spoiler was. And this is the ones that were burgundy. So that's about an 84 Monte Carlo SS. Another one of those delivery bread vans. Those delivery bread vans, you know, they're pretty popular. Rutledge Wood has one on his TV show that he drives around that he turned into a street rod. That's pretty cool. So there's some doors to something 70s, like a Monarch maybe. And then got a Mustang, another Mustang over there, another Mustang, Catalina bumper right here. Some bunch of bumpers from 70s and 60s. A lot of chrome bumpers right here. There's another Catalina bumper, another Pontiac bumper. So he's got a stack of 60s bumpers right here. Mostly look like Pontiacs. There's one from a Bonneville. Oh, check out the old Chevy. That would be a cool truck to put together if you had the parts and the time. And I believe that's a Datsun B210. I think this is like a 70s or early 80s Datsun B210. Let's see. A GTV6. And don't know who makes that. GTV. And this one is, this is a similar car, GTV, just covered with spiders. I mean, covered with spiders. And that is an old Dodge. Is that an old Dodge right there? What's left of a Ford. Yeah, it makes you itch when you see all the spiders that were on that GTV. Here's a couple little MGs with the roofs. A couple MGs right here. And this is a first gen Mustang. What, 65, just rusted out completely. So just the shell left. Looks like Thunderbird fenders right there. Bunch of fenders and doors from 60s stuff. Couple pickup trucks. Nice Buick. And here you go. Not for parts. And this is a, what, 1980? 1982. Hold on a sec. All right, so you got a 19, I want to say 82. Might be an 80, but it looks like an 82. Automatic Corvette. Yeah, it's just Had the two-tone paint job on it, the silver with blue. Still has the original rims on it. I can't lift it up. This probably has the engine, but those were known more for their styling than they were for their engines and the horsepower. Probably had about 145 to 240 horsepower, something to that effect. Another little MG midget. It's a nice Buick right here. Back off, not for parts. Got yourself a Craftsman riding mower. I see a lot of them up here in Pennsylvania in the junkyards. And got us a 3rd gen Firebird here. Another MGB. A lot of MGBs. This is another, you know, so this has a lot of the little MGBs. If you're looking for MGB parts, I would say this is your yard, because I think that's like the 8th or 9th one I've seen. So we've got, back to the trucks, back to, here's a 98 Mustang GT 4.6 liter. Looks pretty complete. Somebody had a wing on it. This MGB looks really complete, actually, and it's a hard top. And a lot of those are not hard tops, or if you have an MGB and you need a hard top, there's one sitting right there. Looks like a K5 Blazer back there. Looks like 2 of them. That's definitely a K5. It's either GMC or a K5, and then there's another one right next to it. There's a 93 Firebird right there. This is a couple, what, about 2 months ago, we found one of these in Fort Myers, and they're the little 2+2 Mopars. On top of it is a grill for a 70 Chevy pickup truck. So lots of cool stuff. Coming around this way, got a truck running. And back to the front here, or front to the back. So it's a nice size yard. Got a lot of cool stuff in it. And we didn't get bit by any snakes, didn't get chased by any wasps, didn't get stung by any bees. So it's been a pretty fun little walk through. Tons of doors. Now, you might have said there wasn't a lot of 60s stuff here or older stuff, but I can tell you just by looking at the parts, they had stuff here that was that way. And if you look, they really did a good job, I mean, of removing the grills. I mean, I can look right over there. Right there is like a Mustang grill. There's like a from a 70s Mustang. There's parts of all kinds. So it looks like this place, they take them apart before they crush them. And that being the deal, if you need something, I would come here. This place has a lot of parts and they're pretty organized. Anyway, if you like this kind of thing, please subscribe, hit the little bell, like, put some comments in. So there's a SS Monte Carlo over here. I think that's an SS, black one. Yeah, yep, 84 SS, similar to the white SS that we found. But these guys seem to have a ton of stuff. So if you're in Bucks County or Philadelphia and you need some parts, I would definitely contact these guys. And I'll put their contact information down the bottom. So thanks. This was just a nice little walk this morning, and we'll catch you next time. Bye. April, should they subscribe to this channel even if they don't like cars today for this one?
Probably just for this one.